Hi, it's me. I'm Devin Walsh. If you know who I am, thanks for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, thanks for tuning in. Oh, buddy, what time is it? Let's see. Okay, so it's 5:29 a.m. and I'm here filming a YouTube video, and I think that just goes to show a little bit of how much I'm obsessed with YouTube and how much I want to be a YouTuber. And look at me, that's exactly what I'm here doing. I have a lot of big dreams for myself, and if anyone else is out there, there's a good chance that you as well have big dreams for yourself. And at times it can be very, very overwhelming. That's sort of what I've been going through the past little while. I just think so big, and I have so many ideas for how I'd like my life and my future to go, and it gets very overwhelming, and then I become numb, and I feel as though I don't get anything done because of it. So my mental health has been interesting the past little while. It's good, but it's also shit, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But that's just the reality of it. My life is going good. It's going great, technically. The cat's making some racket. My life's going good. It's going great, but it's also going shit. Emotionally, I feel like shit. I don't understand that. I don't know the reasoning behind it, and I don't really care. My God. A little itchy. My allergies are acting up. Oh my, I don't know. I really feel like a failure, but I know that I'm not. Life pisses me off, but I also enjoy it. I feel like talking about this right now isn't actually helping, and it's just making everything worse. I don't know why I'm like that. I need help, but I don't know what the problem is. So I don't know what help to ask for. I'm broke. I barely have any money. I'm living with my parents at the age of 26. I don't really, how do I explain this? I do see a future for myself. I can imagine a future for myself where I'm living in my dream house. I have a ton of money. I'm capable of visualizing my life like that. Seeing it coming to life, though, that's a little bit different. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not sure if I can actually believe in it or not. Believe in the visions that I see for myself. What are you chewing up? What are you at? Oh, it's food. Yeah, I feel like a loser at times, but I know that I'm not. There's something on the go with me internally. It's different, and I'm sure many other people experience it as well. But I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to label it. I don't know how to make it any better. And it makes me not enjoy life. I really don't enjoy life pretty often. Even though I can see how great my life technically is, for some reason, I guess I still take it for granted, or I'm still unhappy with it for some reason, and I don't understand that. I don't know what it's all about, but that's just the reality that I've been experiencing for so long. Yeah, so I feel like a failure, like I just said, and I think a lot of that is because of my financial situation that I'm experiencing, and I'm someone who puts a lot of pressure on myself. If it's not perfection, I don't want it. If it's not perfect, I don't want it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'll let it go, and then I'll go on to the next thing and still expect perfection. And then obviously it doesn't occur because is perfection even a thing? The chaos and the negativity, that's all part of the perfection, if we're being honest. I've become really great in life recently at like changing my mindset and like seeing life through different perspectives and like thinking differently. But my emotions still feel like shit at times. I don't know if there's really any getting rid of that. I think I just have to embrace it and just like expect it to happen. No matter how great my life is, no matter how much money I have, how many friends I have, no matter what events I'm participating in, no matter what success I experience, there's still going to be unpleasant and uncomfortable emotions in my life. And I just have to get a grasp on that, I suppose, in order to make myself a bit mentally stronger and more prepared for whatever comes my way in life. I hope someone also is like relating to this and learning from it. If not, this is sort of just like a complete waste of my time. Now, there's probably nobody really watching this or paying attention in the first place. So, yeah. What are you at? What's the cat doing? The cat's hyper. The cat's excited. I got a cat recently. My sister brought home a kitten. She's been a lot of fun. She's very comforting. She's starting to get more hyper, which is good. Like, this is what I mean. There's so much positivity in my life for me to focus on. I just, like, cannot handle things not going my way, I suppose. I guess that's my problem. I guess that's just the reality of it. Even though things are going my way, this is what I mean. Like, it doesn't make sense. Whatever is on the go with me internally, it does not make sense. Whatever's on the go with me emotionally, it makes zero sense to me at this point. Because I have overcome so many unfortunate experiences in my life, and I have developed my mindset to behave a certain way. I don't understand why I still feel so crappy and unpleasant so often. I don't get it. I don't understand why I have the thoughts about myself and my life that I have. I guess it's just old patterns. I really, I don't get it. Or I guess my life isn't like happening fast enough for my own liking, for my ego to be content. Like, it's a mystery to me. Hi, come here. You're on camera. Oh my goodness. Oh, don't be rude. Where's she going? Come here. She'll calm down. She'll settle down. There you go. What? She's so precious. She calms me down so much. I'm obsessed. Every YouTuber ever. I'm obsessed. No, like, I'm literally obsessed though. She's doing so well. When we first brought her home, she had a lot of fleas, and we didn't really know. I was cuddling her one night, and I see one crawl down her forehead. Once we put the proper, what's it called? What do you put on animals when they have fleas? Once we put the proper drops on her, because you need certain ones, especially for kittens, we couldn't buy the ones from like Walmart. Like, is it Hertz or something? I don't know. Anyways, apparently it just wasn't the greatest. So we went with a different kind. The fleas started to croak, and I think we counted like 18. She was just a small little kitten. She was suffering. She was going through it. But now she's full of life again. She's thriving. Relatable. Must be nice. Relatable. See, I'm like, I have different responses. I have different responses to a lot of things in my life. Like, I don't ever just feel completely positive towards one thing, and I don't really feel completely negative towards one thing. I have both. And I guess that's a good thing, right? To have both negative and positive responses to something. I think it is. I don't know what's good or bad anymore at this point. Who does, honestly? I have so much to talk about. Like, I have so much that I'm willing to just like sit down and talk about. But I really beat myself up over like the classic stuff, like views and all that. Like, I just beat myself up over it all. I don't feel like I'm really doing anything right. Like, it feels good right now to sit down and have conversation out loud. But like to post a video on the internet and it only gets a certain amount of views and like I don't really get a ton of feedback. It just sort of feels pointless at times. And it makes me upset, and then I beat myself up over it. And then I put a bunch of pressure on myself to make better videos and like to be like the perfect creator and all that. And then it just takes away the fun. It takes away the enjoyment of it all. And like there's just so much more happening in life that at times I'm just like, whatever. I get easily distracted. So sitting down and doing this right now is sort of a form of discipline on myself, especially if I post it and like just let it exist in the world, because I feel like that's what I was doing when I first started YouTube. Like I was just sitting down having conversation about whatever was on the go in my life, and the cat's being silly. I was having conversation about whatever was on the go in my life and just calling it a day. I currently don't like to work. I don't know what I expect to do for work in my life. If I could just like sit down like this and talk and get paid for it, that'd be great. That'd be excellent if I could just figure that out somehow. I don't know. There's a lot of dread. Like I dread life very often. That's something that I somehow have to let go of. I don't know how to really do that. Let's see what I can search up here. How to let go of dread. Facing a few things. 4 steps for dealing with dread. Number 1, facing the only way out is through. Number 2, accepting, not merely putting up with or enduring it, but taking it in, embracing it completely as a reality. 3, floating. Hold on, I need to actually open the article. 3, floating, relaxing with it, releasing tension, looking for ways and means that carry us into it, doing just what it is necessary at this very moment. Whether it is getting out of bed, eating, doing a chore, walking, or having a conversation. So I'm 1 step ahead, basically. Number 4, letting time pass. Recognizing that it is a process that we learn and change gradually through repetition, doing it over and over, until we are so familiar living with it that the fact that it scares us or makes us anxious doesn't scare us or make us anxious anymore. In her words, until it doesn't. Whose words? What? I'm confused. If you don't transform it, you will transmit it. And I think that's sort of where I'm at, where it's like I'm able to transform negative situations into positive situations. Perhaps I just have an expectation that, but I don't though. Like I don't expect there to be no negative emotions in my life. But I do expect there to be positive emotions in my life. And there's just a lack of those. There's just been a lack of those, even with the mindset shifts that I do. There's still a lack of positive emotions, and negative emotions seem to be the ones that I feel the most. And why would I enjoy my life like that? Why would I enjoy being alive if the dominant emotions that I feel on a daily basis are negative ones? Like that doesn't make sense. Why would I want to continue and carry on in life if so much of the emotion I experience is frustration, anger, unpleasantness, sadness? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I guess it's just like a muscle. Like, I guess I have to be repetitive with like creating positive emotions within myself, as though my body is like some kind of like science experiment where I put in different chemicals and potions and try out different things to make myself feel better. But then there's like the expectations of like working a job, having a certain amount of money, paying bills, all of that society bullcrap that just doesn't interest me whatsoever. Um, could care less. Honestly, I could care less about how much money I have in my life. Um, it's only my mind thinking that a lot of money is necessary in order to experience certain events that keeps me thinking as though I need more money. I need more of this, more of that. Like if we could just eliminate money from life and I could just go to a grocery store and like pick out food and bring it home, I would just be so much more content if money wasn't a part of our society. And I'm sure I don't know what the repercussions and stuff would be of that or the consequences or anything like that. I'm just saying how I feel. Like I've barely been eating lately. It just like has not been a fun time for me behind the scenes at all. Like I have barely been eating food. I've barely been eating one meal a day. I want to. I want to eat. I want food. I want to make yummy, good, healthy, strong meals. But when the money isn't there, and I'm just not willing to like I could go and get like a job in a fast food restaurant or something, but I've done that before. Like there's just certain chapters of my life that I don't constantly want to be returning to anymore to try and make things better. It didn't really make things better before, so like why would it now? Even though I feel like I'm capable of having like a job in like a fast food restaurant and stuff, I just know it's just a matter of time until I'm absolutely dreading it, hating it, feeling suicidal, and not wanting to do any of it anymore. So, like, why would I go and apply for those jobs just for a bit of money just to feed myself? Like, I'd rather just go get groceries and go on with my day feeling better. Like, I have problems with the way society operates, but like, hey, welcome to the real world. You're not the only one, right? Like, that has also stopped me from like caring for myself properly, exercising properly, because I know that obviously the more energy I'm using, the more calories I'm burning, and that means the more money I need to have groceries and stuff. So I haven't been like exercising as much. as I'm capable of. And then I've just like, but I was a few months ago, so I've basically just like cut it out. And now it's like, that's like a shock to my system. Not having a car anymore is all a shock to my system. Like, I could just go on and on and on about how pleasant so much of this has been for me recently. But I don't know if that's actually helping me in the long run. I really don't know what the answers are anymore. I feel so lost in my life. So lost. There's times where I think like I'd just like to be in a relationship. I would just like to move on with my life. And I still do, even talking about it right now, I do think that's true. But it's like I haven't been able to like conquer it or achieve it. And I don't understand that. I do not understand why I've had to be single for so long. I don't understand why I'm not further ahead in my own life. I don't get it. Because I feel like I am mentally strong enough and mentally prepared to be more ahead in my life. And if it would just happen, if I would just be more like, if my life would just start cooperating with how I feel when I'm confident, when I'm strong, if that would just keep going more, like if that would just happen more often and be more repetitive, I wouldn't feel so sad. Like if life would just give me like the proper partner, someone I'm attracted to, someone who's uplifting, positive, someone for me to learn from, someone for me to teach to, like if life would just provide me with that and would open up those doors for me, I think I would be feeling a lot better. If life would give me my own place to live, if it would give me the freedom to bring to life the ideas that I imagine for the world, I think I would be feeling a lot better. I don't think I would be feeling so low consistently. I don't think I would be feeling so suicidal. So, how do I get that to happen? Because I am making moves. I am being consistent with caring for myself. I am taking risk. Like, I'm doing everything that advice column, like, I'm doing all of that. I'm behaving from my own internal intuition and all of that. Like, yet there's still just so much struggle, and I just don't really understand it because it's been 26 years. Like, people say it gets easier when? Like, when does it truly get easier? I see so much about you get what you give to life. Well, I give every single day. Where's my get? Like, I don't know. There is so many times where I just don't want to be alive anymore because I'm tired of trying to figure out the mind game. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. I'm exhausted from it. It makes me angry. It pisses me off. It gets on my nerves. I just I don't want to do this again for like another 26 years. Not a chance in hell would I want to relive like the past 26 years because I have just felt so negative so much of the time. There's not a chance in hell I would want to do this for another 20 to 40 years. I feel like I'm holding secrets. I don't feel like I'm able to express myself emotionally. I don't feel like I'm able to experience the same amounts of joy as other people. Other people get their relationships, they get their marriages, they get their partnerships, they get to date, they get their money, they get their help. And I just, for some reason, don't feel like that's working for me. For some reason, I don't know why. It might not even be the reality of it, but that's just the way that I feel. But I also just don't want to be like a jealous person. It's not really what it is. It's just like, why? I'm told I'm no different than other people. I don't seem to be different than other people. Like, I'm a human being. So I just don't understand why I have to wait so long for stuff. Even when I stop waiting and I act on it, it still ends up like not being right. So I just feel like I've been silent and quiet for so long. And I feel like I've been putting on an act and a show for so long that now it's going to take like double the amount of time to actually solve it and to get anywhere with my life, to get the momentum going, to get the ball rolling. And that makes me just like, that just makes me not want to do life anymore. Because I'm like, holy fuck, like I don't have the fucking patience for all of this anymore. And the fact that I'm even sitting down right now and like talking through this instead of just bursting out with anger or just staying quiet and letting it all build up, that's a miracle within itself. I don't want to put on a show anymore. I don't want to do what society wants me to do anymore. And I don't know what else to do. I'm so familiar with struggling and having a hard time. I don't know how else to live life. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to sit back and just let everything happen. I do my best to just sit back and just let it all play itself out. But no matter how much meditation I do, how much exercise, how much talking about it, the anger, the frustration, it all still just comes to the surface. I feel like I'm always feeling guilty. I don't ever feel like I'm doing anything right. And I have no idea how to fix this. I have no idea how much therapy I'd need, how much counseling, or if anything psychology related is even necessary. I don't really understand how having a therapist or a counselor or a psychologist or talking about my problems or anything like that is going to help me have more money or is going to help me be in a relationship or is going to help me buy a house and stuff like that, like, or a car. Like, I don't understand how all of that correlates, but I'm sure it does connect somehow, one way or another. I feel like shit because I don't have a career. I don't have a career path chosen. I don't really have an education. From what I learned, you don't even really need one, but I don't get any yeses from the jobs that I apply for. I don't get paid for what I do on social media. Like, it just feels like I'm just wasting my life, no matter how much effort I put in or how much I change. I still just feel like I'm just like going to waste here. And then I get to the point where I'm just like, well, screw working, screw doing any of it. Just stay home and do nothing whatsoever. because I personally feel more relaxed by living my life that way. I feel more relaxed by just like being a stay-at-home person, not caring about the rest of the world and stuff like that. I just feel more carefree. And it also makes me accept, like, okay, whatever's happening in the future is going to happen. Whether I end up rich or I end up homeless, somewhere in between, it's just going to happen. A part of me thinks it's all sort of planned out already. Excuse me. A lot of people used to give me the advice that, like, you want something you want something in your life to change, you have to change it. But that's not really valid anymore, because I have put in so much work for my life to change, and there is still so much struggle, frustration, anger, and so on. So, like, what would those people tell me to do now? Oh my god, my nose is dripping like a faucet. I need to go and get tissue. I've gone to doctors. I have admitted myself into mental health facilities. I have used marijuana. I have used alcohol. I have also used medications. I have talked. I have opened up. I have put myself out there. I have done my very best to live my dreams and to not give up. I've done the whole waking up at 5 a.m. thing. I've done the exercise. I've pushed my body. I have pushed my mind's limits. What else is there for me to do to feel better? And all that I can really think about is the stuff that I haven't done, which is like fall in love, have a relationship, go and grow a family of my own, become more wealthy financially, relax more, help others, sort of. Like, that all sort of happens by doing all of that. But, like, there's only so much I can personally do in that situation. There's no forcing anyone to be with me. Like, the other person has to exist. Like, the other person has to be ready for that as well. And it's like, so where are those people? Like, where do I get that? Do I leave Newfoundland and Labrador? Move somewhere else? I don't really have the money right now to do any of that. Do I just go and do it anyway? Even though I'm like, I what is this, man? Like, what is the point to this life? I've heard it's just to feel things. Point in life just to feel things. To feel emotions, to make memories. Like, and I do my best to believe all of that. But, like, maybe it's just to suffer. Like, I don't want to live my life constantly only focusing on other people and what they're doing and helping them live their life. as rude or as mean as that may sound, that's just like where I'm at. I'm just like, no, like it's my turn now. It's my turn. It's been long enough. It really has. There's been enough suffering. Well, I'm gonna go listen to some music, dread my life a little bit more, attempt to do what I can to feel better, and just see what occurs.